Hi everyone, I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 145. Welcome. Okay, so I have just a couple of finished objects. Let's see, 3 finished objects, and then some works in progress. So let's just get started. Okay, so for my finished objects, last week I was showing you that I was working on a my entry for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge that Christy of Tea Doddles and Christy of Crochet Creations by Christy, that they are doing monthly for this year. And so this year's challenge is to do a home decor item. And so last week I showed you I had started on it. Well, I finished my little project, and this is the African flower pot. I think it turned out super cute. I did use just leftover scrap yarn that I had, okay? And like I said, I think it's really cute. I really enjoyed putting it together. This is a pattern, free pattern by Yarn Blossom Boutique, and I will put a link in the description box below where you can find this pattern. Let's see, the colors, I used buff for the little pot, and then you can't see it, but there is, let me see the little dirt? That is like chocolate. I think it was a big twist value yarn that I had a little bit of. And then the leaves are also big twist. I think it was called emerald. And then I have this dark purple, which it looks like blue on the camera, but it is a dark purple. And I think that is Karen Simply Soft. Yeah. And then I think the yellow, yes, the yellow is Super Duper Yellow, which is also Karen Simply Soft. Okay, so like I said, it was really easy to put together. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I really think it turned out cute. So anyway, that is my entry for the Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge home decor item for March. Okay, finished object number 2 is I really just wanted to do some little project. I've been working on the circles and stripes blanket, and that's kind of a big project, and some other big projects, I think. Well, yeah, a few. And so I just wanted to have something that would be a quick little make. And so I found this little pattern. It is by supergurumi.com, and it's a little Minnie Mouse, but not M-I-N-N-I-E, but M-I-N-I. So anyway, here it is. I think it turned out really cute. I followed the pattern just as written. Now, they didn't have whiskers, but I put whiskers. All I did was untwisted, some worsted weight yarn in black and just separated the strands out. I think I pulled it apart in half, and then I separated the 2 strands, and then I put a little super glue dab on each side to keep it from sliding out. And so that's how I did its whiskers. But that's all I did, I think. Oh, and also the way I was making it, for some reason the ears turned out bigger than I was wanting. I did go by the pattern, but I ended up pulling it back and took out 1 increase round to make the ears just a little bit smaller, because they just seemed like they were extra large for the tension and the size that mine was coming out to be, I guess. But anyway, I think he's really cute. It's got a little tail. And this was just scraps. I think this gray was some Bernat Softy Baby, and then I don't even remember. I think actually this pink, pale pink, is a Bernat Softy Baby too, I think. But anyway, there is my little mouse. Okay, so that is finished object number 2. Okay, finished object number 3 is a pattern that I designed, I've been working on, and I just got finished writing up the pattern, and so I finished the project made from the pattern, and it is a yarn bowl or yarn keeper, okay? Now I made it to fit a Lion Brand mandala cake, but of course you can use it just for a big ball of yarn, like a yarn bowl, yeah. But anyway, it's got 2 versions of it. If you want it just like a basket, you can stop at a certain point in the pattern, or you can go on further and you can put handles on it so the handles would look like that. And I designed it where you could hold it well, carry it well. So anyway, I really like the way it turned out. I just wanted a project that you could use. So many of us are stuck at home right now, and so I wanted something that would be quick, that you could just use scrap yarn, any colors that you want. And so what I named this pattern is Use What You Got, Yarn Keeper. So I hope you like the pattern. I enjoyed putting it together. I think it was fun. So anyway, now I am going to be doing a tutorial on this. Hope to start filming it tomorrow, and I should be able to do it because it comes together pretty quickly. And so I will be doing a tutorial showing you how to make one for yourself. And then if anybody is interested in a written PDF pattern for it, it will be available in my Etsy shop, and I will put a link to it below. Now, it's not there in the shop right now. I'm going to wait until I get the tutorial filmed, and then once I get it filmed and release the tutorial, which should be in a couple of days, maybe either tomorrow or Saturday maybe, then I will put the pattern in the Etsy shop as well, so that way you can have a written copy, hard copy of the pattern to go along with the tutorial if you like. Okay, so that is my third works in progress. No, works in progress, finished object. So anyway, I really like it. It was so fun. I really enjoyed putting it together. So okay, so works in progress number 1, going to works in progress. Okay, I started another blanket, but this one is a baby blanket. So I was, you know how we do, we browse around on Facebook and online, different places, and I belong to a Facebook group that's called Crochet Along, C-A-L Crochet Along, I think, and they always have a listing of crochet alongs, things that are happening, going on at the time. In fact, there is a link, and I will put a link in the description box below of a calendar where they have crochet alongs listed by month. It's pretty cool. And so I found this one. It is for a baby blanket. The pattern is called Beach Blues Baby Blanket, and it is a crochet along. It's already going on right now, but you can jump in and catch up with no problem. She has the links to each section over on her page, and I will link that in the description box below. Anyway, it is by Creative Crochet Workshop, okay? And so I will put a picture here of the picture that she has, because since it's ongoing, there is no finished picture of it being laid out flat, but I will pop in a picture here of the picture that is on the website, kind of showing you the blanket, okay? Okay, so when I saw the picture and I saw that it had shades of blues and grays, and I was thinking that would be a good use of, I have quite a bit of baby yarn that I've been wanting to get into and start using that is like different shades, like one ball of one and then another ball of a different little bit different shade of the same blue, but it's not the same yarn. All baby weight or number 3 weight yarns. And so I was thinking, well, this would be a great opportunity to get into that and use some of it. And so I posted the picture over on Facebook, and I asked if there was anybody that wanted to join me in this crochet along, and I had a few several people that did say they wanted to do that. And so I went ahead and got my colors together that I was going to use in this project. So let me show you that. Okay, I got this little container with the zip top. See, I got it at Goodwill. See, it's got owls on it. I thought it was cute, and I like that it has mesh pockets. So anyway, that's what I have my yarn in. Okay, so the ones I picked out, let me show you. Let me stick this in here now. I have one that's connected because, of course, I've already started it. But anyway, here's the yarn that I picked out. Okay, so in the pattern, I believe it said it called for 6 colors. Yeah, 6 colors. It's like a stitch sampler project. And so I picked out these 6, and as you can see, I have more than blue in there. I have blue, this one, that is a Bernat Softy Baby, I think. And then this one is kind of a grayish blue, and it's some type of tiny baby yarn that I've had a long time. It was super soft, but it is pretty light. I mean, I think it's a number 3, but it's pretty thin. And so I got that. I have 2 cakes where I had caked it up. So I pulled that out. And then I have this yarn here. It is something I got in a mystery bag back, was it last year that Premier had the mystery yarns, mystery bags that you could get? And so this is Premier Yarns Fable, okay? And the colorway is called, what is it? Oh, Frog Prints. And so it's got colors, it's got blue and green and yellow and white, kinda, sorta, yeah. And so I have like 2 skeins of this, and so I was thinking, well, I want to incorporate that in there because the blues would go with it. And so I thought, well, that would give me a chance to use some green and yellow also. So that's what I did. So I have this, which is Bernat Softy Baby in a yellow. It's called Lemon. And then I have this, which I believe, what is this? It is Lime Brand Baby Soft, and I just have this one piece of a skein, but I think it's plenty to do what I need for this blanket. And this is called Sweet Pea. So that'll give me a chance to use this, or if not all of it, use up hopefully most of it. And then I just, of course, pulled a white, which is a big Bernat Softy Baby white, to tie it all together. So that is my, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my other color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, 6 colors. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 colors. So that is what I'm going to do this blanket with. Now, a little bit about the blanket. If you are interested in joining us and doing this, I think it'd be a good stash buster. That's the main reason I picked it, also because I'm always looking for stash busters. Okay, so here is the first section. It's like stripes of different stitch patterns, okay? And so here is the first one. And I used that blue gray color. Now, the pattern says it makes a small blanket, like 27 inches by 27 inches. And she used a size E hook, which is like a 3.5 millimeter. And so I decided, since she did give the multiples, stitch multiples, to make it wider, okay, I decided to make it, I wanted it to still be a baby blanket, but I wanted it to be a little wider. And so the stitch multiples is 12 stitches, 12 multiples of 12 plus 1, okay, at the end. Okay, so what I did is I did how many that she said to chain, can't remember what it was, but then I did 3 more sets of 12, okay, so 36 more stitches, and then you had the one turning chain or whatever. So I think it was like chain 121 if you stayed like the pattern goes. But then, so I did 120, which is without the plus 1, which is a turning chain, okay? So 120 plus 36 more, because I did 3 more 12s, and then I put the turning chain, so extra 1. And so that's what I did, and it's gonna, it right now it measures about 34 inches wide. With the border and everything, I think I can get it stretched to 36. And so that's what I'm going to do. Now, but I was thinking if I do it wider, then it's going to be still more narrow than I need, right? I need to increase the sections longer. So anyway, I'm going to probably do, I measured this is like 2.5 inches. And so I think I'm going to get another repeat or 2 of the pattern, which is a 2-row repeat, to get it a little wider, measure that, and then it's got 10 sections, so then multiply by 10 and kind of give me an idea of what I think the height will be, because I want it to be, it doesn't have to be a square, it can be rectangle, but I want it to be a little bit more proportioned. So anyway, please join me on this project if you want to. I've already got a couple of people on Facebook, and they're posting pictures of the yarn. I know one person has already posted pictures of the yarn that she wants to use, and she had shades of pink, and I thought, and very pretty yarns that she picked out. So of course you can use any colors you want. It's great stash buster pattern. So anyway, I will put a link below in the description box if you want to doodle along with us. Okay, big long explanation, sorry. Okay, so next works in progress is I am doing another Timothy the T-Rex. I was real excited. Somebody asked me if I had a dinosaur pattern. She wanted me to do a dinosaur for somebody, and so I said, yes, I do, as a matter of fact. And so I had sent her a picture of the Timothy the T-Rex that I did, you know, the one I did for my great nephew is what it was. Anyway, so she said, oh yes, I love it. And so I'm doing another one, and this is what I've got so far. Used kind of the same color scheme, a little bit different shade, because the last time I used a green, but it was a little different green. This is a Karen 1-pounder in, I think it's called grass green maybe. And then this blue right here, I think before I used one that was a little more of an aqua color sorta, but this is just a scrap ball. I have a Red Heart Super Saver in, I think it's royal, I think, or blue. I mean, I don't know, but it's something I've had for a long time. So still using scrap balls, which is awesome. So anyway, that is what I've got so far, and I did use the tip that I had talked about before when I was making Timothy, because when you're doing the decreases to make the chin, as you can see, it's a little bit holier right there just because of some decreases. So when you stuff the head, just take some of the green, I don't have it with, it's in there. But anyway, some like from the other end of the skein, and stuff that section right there with whatever your main color is, and then that way you won't see stuffing through those holes underneath his chin. And I think that turned out really great, and so I did that again, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. So anyway, just a review of one of the tips that I've given. Anyway, okay, so this pattern, I did not write down who did it, I'm sorry, but I will put it in the description box below where you can get it. I got it off of Etsy, okay? It is a paid for pattern, but it's definitely worth it. She did such a great job designing, and like I said, this is the second time I've done it, so I'm getting my money's worth out of it, right? Okay, so let's see, what is next? Oh, I needed to do Preemie Hat number 3 for the month of March, and so I started that. Just barely started it, but I'll show you what I've done. There you go. This is some yarn that I got a long time ago at Big Lots, like $2, yeah. And it's lightweight. This pattern called for a number 3 or DK weight yarn, and so this one, I think it maybe it says worsted, but it's really thin. So I'm using that because this pattern is actually a pattern for a 3 to 6 month newborn, not newborn, 3 to 6 month baby, and I of course want to do it for preemie, so I went down 2 hook sizes. I'm using an F hook. This is not it. It's in there. I'm using an F hook, and to make it more preemie size. And so this hat is going to be a Mike hat, which is inspired by Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. I will put a picture of it here. I think I've got a picture of the one I did last year, and so I will pop in a picture here so that you can see what he's going to look like. Okay, so that is the Mike hat, and this is a pattern by hopefulhoney.com, and I'll put a link below. Free pattern on her website. So she's got some other really cute ones, and of course she has a Sully one to go with it. So of course I will have to make him too. So anyway, that is Works in Progress number 3. Okay, Works in Progress number 4. Don't have it in here to show you because it is kind of in timeout right now. Okay, this is the Erigenia shawl that I've been working on. Now, this is the 3rd one that I've made. I will pop in a picture here of one of the other ones that I made. Okay, so like I said, this is the third time that I've made this shawl. I've never had any trouble with it before, so I don't know what I did, but I was starting another repeat section, and I noticed that one pattern, I mean, the shape was still fine, but I noticed that the stitch pattern, one was turning out exactly the way it needs to be, but then the other one was like off one somehow, and I don't know what I did, unless maybe I had, when I was doing one of the rounds, that because it's divided into sections of like just straight double crochet stitches, I think, and I think that my count was good on one side, but I think the other side, maybe I put some extra ones or something, I don't know. And I thought, oh, well, nobody will know, I'll just keep going on it. But then the more I thought about it, I was thinking, well, but you know how sometimes that's fine, you can fudge things and nobody knows. But sometimes though, if you get off, that continually throws you off from then on, and it seems like the problem gets worse and worse. And so I was thinking I better think about it, because I've only got about, I'm thinking 2 or 3 rounds or rows or whatever since that solid section. So I'm thinking I'm gonna lay it out on a table flat and look at it and count my stitches and figure out what I did, you know, measure one, not measure, but count and compare one side to the other and see if I can figure out what I did, and just go ahead and bite the bullet and rip it back to that part and then continue on, because I'm just afraid that if I just leave it, it might end up getting worse and then, oh, really bad off. So I'm gonna do that. So it's kind of been in timeout. I haven't worked on it in a while because of that. So anyway, and then of course I've got the circles and squares blanket. This one, not circles and squares, circles and stripes. And I have not worked on the stripe border this week. I was working on this design because I wanted to get it finished and written up, and so I wanted to get it done. So I was working on that to get it ready, so then I can shoot the tutorial for you. And so I just didn't get onto that. I didn't get with that blanket. I mean, I didn't work on it, but I will get back to it. So that is my works in progress. So let's go on to upcoming. Upcoming, of course, is the tutorial for the Yarn Keeper. And also next Wednesday will be another Whip Wall Wednesday. It'll be episode number 5. And so I need to get some more work done on that to show. Hopefully I'll have that project finished. But anyway, it'll be another Whip Wall Wednesday this upcoming week. So be looking for that. And then this upcoming, I think, right? Is it next week? It's going to be in April? Yes? Yeah, because, yeah, April is next week. And so I think the first Thursday of April is actually going to be a week from today, and so I'm thinking that there'll be another Happy Scrappy Yarn Challenge, because I believe it's supposed to be the first Thursday of the month, and so that means that will be upcoming. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what the challenge will be. Oh, and also that means that the other challenge that I'm taking part in, which is the Stash Buster 2020, which I did the spring banner for because it was a spring project, I think that one will be coming up next week too. So it'll be another project I can think of what would meet that challenge. So exciting stuff, exciting stuff. So that's it. I think that's it. We're just kind of hanging out at home and just not going out unless I have to. So of course that leaves us with plenty of crafting to do, and so I'm taking advantage of it. So anyway, I think that's it. Everybody have a great weekend. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please do. I really appreciate it. So everybody have a safe weekend. Keep safe, keep healthy, wash your hands, everything you got to do, and we'll all get through this together. So I think that's it. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.